Hi guys, welcome to your ancestor guidance readings for this week. I'm just doing an intro that I'm going to have at the beginning of each video so I don't have to repeat this 12 times for everyone, and then I can get everything in that I need and not forget for one sign and remember for another. So when we get into the ancestor guidance, I actually have 4 decks. I have 3 oracle decks and a tarot deck that I'm going to use to tap into their energy, probably pulling out past life information about them to help you to connect with this ancestor. So because I'm saying ancestor energy, that can come in different ways. That can come in as someone that you recognize. Yes, I know this person. I knew them well. They've passed now and they're speaking to me from the other side. This could also come in as someone that you know now and who hasn't passed, and it's their higher self speaking to you, because that's also possible. It can also be your own higher self speaking to you in these readings. If you're getting information about the ancestor and it's not really recognizable to you at all, it could still be an ancestor that lived a lifetime quite a while ago that you're not aware of consciously in this lifetime. If the entire reading doesn't resonate for you at all, then I haven't tapped into an ancestor on any level for you. So that's what I have for you guys. We're going to look at the guidance that they have for you now and why. Why now? All right, thanks. Enjoy your readings. Hi Scorpio, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. As you saw in the intro, we're going to get right into trying to identify who this ancestor is for you. I'm going to start with my Doggy Wisdom Oracle deck, get some emotions out of this ancestor, some emotions that were sort of, I guess, prevalent in this happiness, worried about happiness. This ancestor was worried about happiness. Oh, it's almost like, if I'm happy, when will that end? You know, it's almost like finding a reason not to be happy, because nothing lasts forever. So if I'm happy, when is this going to finish? That's going to turn into something else. This ancestor feels like somebody who overthought stuff. Okay, worried about happiness. Concentrate, yeah, a thinker, a big thinker. A lot of concentration. Hey, who is this? This, honestly, it does feel like this ancestor worried about being happy. Or maybe they worry about your happiness. They worried about your happiness. They worried about your happiness, Scorpio. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if it was like a parent or somebody, or an older, I'm also getting younger sibling. Now, I think I said it in the intro. It's been so long since I recorded it. But there was different ways this energy can come in. It can even come in as someone who's still alive now, but their higher self. So, okay, let's keep going. Archetype deck. We're going to go into the archetype deck. No, this ancestor worried or worries about your happiness. So what is the other card to come out with this? The archetype deck. Tell Scorpio more about this ancestor. Messiah, serving humanity with humility. Okay, so this is like a very godly person. This could be a religious person. This is someone who, very spiritual. I want to say, like, really honestly, someone who had or has your best interests at heart here. At the bottom, saboteur. Highlight your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. The shadow induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. No. I feel like, okay, I feel like there's an ancestor, they've either passed or they're still alive. and they worry about your happiness. And I feel like it's because, excuse me, they worry about this, I think because you think, I don't know, if you think too much about things, you try to like pull everything apart and look at like every element of life in a very deconstructed way. And it's almost like you self-sabotage yourself in this. At least this is the perspective from this ancestor. And if you don't think, if you think, I mean, you could also be like, if you had an ancestor that was like this, you're like, oh no, I know who this is. Then go with it, right? I mean, there's a lot of people coming into the reading, so, all right. I'm going into the Divine Animal Oracle, or I don't know what the hell it's called. It's so long. I have so many of these decks. I'm sure some of these decks I combine names too. Okay, tell us more. Okay, Skunk Spirit, know your worth. Koala Spirit has a plan. Electric Eel Spirit, bring your ideas to life. And Sandpiper Spirit, be playful. Oops, sorry, I'm making room here. I got kicked off of my dining room table by Larry, and so I'm on this table, and it's not quite as big as the other table. Know your worth. Spirit has a plan. Bring your ideas to life and be playful. Yeah, there's a sense here of like, okay, I'm just going to describe it. I'm not going to keep saying that this is how this ancestor like looks at you or worries about you, or it's actually, no, this is them. I'm just going to describe the energy, and if you place it how it feels right for you, right? Because you're all going to be a little bit different. This could be an ancestor. You're like, oh, I know this person. Yeah, they were always worried. Even when something was going really good, they were worried it was going to end. And okay, right? You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely something here about, yes, worrying about happiness or other people's happiness based on knowing one's worth, and struggling with that in terms of the plans that the universe has for one. So I feel like the person that's either being worried about or did the worrying of their own life had difficulty understanding their worth, perhaps when things didn't go right, or perhaps when they feel like they made wrong decisions, right? Because when that is followed by Spirit has a plan, that's also, you know, our own spirit. So if we're meant to do things and make mistakes, and then, you know, learn from them. Some of us take longer to make the same mistakes over and over again. But however time it takes, it is to learn the lesson. But then bring your ideas to life and be playful. See, that's almost like, oh no, can't be happy right now. Can't do that. I don't, like me, maybe even being doubtful of one's ideas. Take the lead with the Stag Spirit. That's interesting too, because now I can feel like that this person also holds back in taking the lead in their life. They struggle with their own worth. If it's not their own worth, I feel like it has something to do with where they're meant to be or what they're meant to be doing. They struggle with that. And then this card is just like, you know, don't take anything so seriously. This combination is not to take all this so seriously. So, okay, now I'm going to go into the Good Tarot and see what else we can pull out. We are going to go, after I pull out the Good Tarot and I analyze this a little bit more, we are going to go into the advice for you from this ancestor. And if you're like, I think this is me, then this is advice coming from your higher self. All right. The Ten of Water, the Ten of Cups, the King of Earth, the Ten of Earth. Under the Ten of Water is Strength. Under the King of Earth is the Seven of Earth. Under the Ten of Earth is the Queen of Earth. Okay. But the Seven, like, these cards are all like, they all seem like they should go together, right? You have, okay, you have the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles bookending the King of Earth, the King of Pentacles. And then under the Ten of Pentacles is the Queen of Earth. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I see here. I see the energy of somebody who's quite strong in terms of knowing their value here. So it's funny, right? Know your worth. That's the thing. Because the question mark, okay, this queen is sitting right where this queen should sit. The Queen of Pentacles is sitting right under the Ten of Pentacles. And then underneath the Ten of Cups, which is, you know, happiness, fulfillment, joy, wishes, bliss, emotional balance, growth, is the Strength card. This is like a strong element in somebody's character or personality. Now, here we go. This is like, well, wait a second. The King of Pentacles, right? Who would go with the Queen of Pentacles in the Ten of Pentacles. It's like the right king and queen in the right castle. But there's a Seven of Pentacles with that. It's like a plan. It's like, who is that? So I gotta say here, I think this person knows their worth, what I'm getting here. They're coming up as the queen to me. Unless they were the king. I have something about my pants. Digging into my tummy and it hurts. Just a second. My tummy is a little bit more than it used to be. But anyways, I could just lie and say it's my pants shrunk. But yeah, it's probably that too. The question mark here is about the king. So, and you know, I don't know if this ancestor was more masculine or more feminine. Because I will say the feminine energy is in the right place. Knows where they are, knows what they're doing, knows how to do it. But this king, so I feel like this could still play both ways. Because it's like there's confusion about the king. So if this is talking about partnerships, companions, this is honestly, I think, like, know your worth. The king has a problem with knowing the worth in this reading that I'm picking up in some sort of dynamic with this ancestor. Or if it's the king, if the ancestor is like the king, they struggle to find the right place and the right person. I think I'm saying that right. Yeah. That's what it is. They struggle to find the right place and the right person. So this could be someone who has, yeah, it could be something as simple as someone who started a business out of their own home, but they need a business partner. They need another partner. There's too much that they have to deal with on their own. And I got to get this out of my house. I need a place, a business to do this. I can't find the right place and I can't find the right partner to do this. So like that, if this is like personal relationships, this person is still somehow very well established with the King of Earth. They're very well established, but they still is like getting to the right place and the right person. If this is the queen that's coming out, I feel like she's the right place. She's the right person in the right place, but there's no counterpart there. It's a big question mark, or it's, yeah, like a fine. Yeah, it's like it's missing. The king is missing in this storyline. And it's like, well, where do you find this king? So worry about happiness. And I feel like maybe the worry about happiness, now as I see this developing a little bit more, because happiness with these tarot cards seems to be the strength. And so it could be finding someone who is strong and balanced in all the same ways that they were, or you are, if this is your higher self. Yeah. So I don't know if this ancestor, like, that's just something they struggled with and they weren't able to find this. But there's a clue here to bring your ideas to life and be playful. That's not necessarily the energy that you would find with the King, Queen of Pentacles in the Ten of Pentacles. And I'm not saying that, and like, that's why I don't like look at that and say, oh, well, this is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You can't do that, and you shouldn't do that. It drives me crazy. So many tarot readers are doing that. Because everybody has those energies and those house placements in them. So it's kind of a waste of time to do that. And to look at yourself like that, right? Like, you can be Scorpio and this is you in this reading. So I want to say it would be like a King and Queen of Wands. For that, bring your ideas to life and be playful. So there is something about this ancestor where they were looking, right? It almost feels like looking for a square peg to put in a square hole. But the thing is, it's like, that's not how you're supposed to go about it well, I think for obvious reasons here. The Eight of Air, the Ace of Water, and the Eight of... Wow, this is like being... I mean, this feeling, this joy, this happiness, it's like out of reach. That's what it is. It's out of reach. It's out of reach. Oh my God, the Eight of Swords just fell off the table. Oh, now it's just the Ace of Water. I feel like the table's too far. No, actually, it's probably the right distance. Okay. I want to know what this, So, okay, it's out of reach. I feel like emotionally, something's out of reach. The Ten of Water. It's an emotional connection with someone to build on. In its sort of its healthiest and strongest capacity is out of reach. Because there's strong emotion here. These are two really, two very developed people who know their worth and their value, but in terms of working with the universe to achieve certain things, these certain things or accomplishments that seem difficult to fully obtain, have to do with emotions, an emotional fulfillment here. All right, this ancestor or your higher self or whoever that's coming through, what is the guidance for you right now? I'll laugh if it's to going out and have fun or something. Oh gosh, so many cards. I don't know what is going on with my decks lately. It's just like exploding out of my hands. Okay, just a second. All right, the first thing that came was obstacles to overcome, and then funnel, period of frustration, lessons to be learned, And then shark, take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. Needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. Teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Bow, you are highly thought of. And ant, work, achievement, success. Now the last card that came out at the very end is table. Hard work ahead. Okay, what? So many cards, Scorpio. And then, oh my God, I'm going to have to really look under my couch after this to make sure that there aren't any cards. I'm just going to push these out of the way so that I'm not stepping on them during the reading. Okay. All right. Right now, okay, the focus that this ancestor has for you, this guidance is overcoming an obstacle in your life, okay? And this obstacle has something to do with the period of frustration that you are kind of learning through. This period of frustration might have something to do with the potential to lose some sort of material wealth here. So I'm going to say, because this ancestor that's coming through, I feel like had material wealth. I'll say that actually. I could point that out quite clearly. I feel like this ancestor had money. This ancestor definitely had money. This ancestor was very comfortable. This ancestor likely had a very nice home, very good clothes. There's something too about just their genealogy. Like she has just amazing bone structure here. Like it's just really being highlighted for me that like a very strong jaw. She's like beautiful lips, nice cheekbones, just like really well formed. So like both the King of Earth, though he looks a little old. He looks a little bit old and crusty, actually, to be honest. But there's definitely wealth there. So I don't know if this is guidance coming to you because this ancestor had wealth, and where there is something here about getting over some type of obstacle. You're learning a lesson, and there's definitely frustration involved in this lesson. But you have to be careful because there's the potential of like losing material wealth. You got to take care. All right, I see how this is sitting out. So these three cards are going to sit on their own. I can see how I'm going to read this as we develop it more. These three cards are going to sit on their own, right? That's the obstacle, the frustration, learning, the potential to lose some sort of money here. And then we have needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted. That kind of sits on its own. And then we have these cards because I feel like now there's something here. Okay, these are maybe cyclical in the way that they're divided up. Okay, so after a sincere wish will be granted, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. You are highly thought of. So now that feels like developing a friendship with someone who thinks of you highly, okay? Work, achievement, success, hard work ahead. Oh, this is good. So this is good. Okay. Oh. What did I say about this King of Earth energy? It's like, oh yeah, I have this business. I've taken it so far. I need a place, like a place of business now. I can't just be out of my house, and I need a business partner for this, right? But not find, neither of these finding what they want. That's what this is. Like, okay, you go, either you are, or you're about to, or you're closing it off. I don't know where you are on it, but there is some sort of difficult obstacle here and frustration and like a worry about material loss. But then the wish comes true. And I feel, oh, this is the thing. This doesn't come through. This comes through as like, for the king, it's another king. For the queen, it's another queen. It was almost kind of like looking for a square peg to put in a square hole. Because a deep friendship with someone of the same sex, you are highly thought of. It could be romantic, but to be kind of honest, I really think this has something to do with your work and your money. Because then we have work, achievement, success, hard work ahead. So you're going to build something with someone in the future. And I feel like this is the missing piece to a puzzle that an ancestor never got. And you have the potential to get it. If this isn't like work career, I feel like it's work towards something that you want to build. And whatever that is that you want to build, there's a builder coming towards you. And then with that person, there will be hard work ahead, but you have like success and achievement already as the foundation with them. Bottom. Peacock, beware of great pride. And then that's it, it's reverse. Interesting. Maybe that has something to do with it, like not allowing anyone to maybe help you. It could be. That's very interesting. So now I get it. So worry, happiness. Oh, maybe this ancestor does worry about your happiness, because it looks like a lot of work here. It's goofy. So you're actually, your guidance, though, your guidance isn't to go and have fun. You're not getting that one, Scorpio. There's been a couple that have. You're getting that one. The sincere wish feels like it's somebody that steps in to fill some sort of, a sincere wish will be granted. Somebody who steps in to fulfill like a need. This person will think very highly of you. All right, I'm going to put a tarot card with each one of these so you can kind of see the obstacle to overcome. Period of frustration, lessons to be learned. Take care or there will be a loss of revenue, or material wealth, right? And that's really funny because, like, right, if you have a business that's growing, like that King of Pentacles, the King of Earth that I talked about, you have a business that's growing and you need to get beyond your own, like if you started it in your basement or your garage or something, and you need the right people to kind of keep it growing. Otherwise, like, you could say, well, you could keep a business like here, but you know, it can be tricky because if you're lucky, you could keep it there if you grew it, and then that's it, and then it's always that. But a lot of times it ends up going like that, instead of like if you'd found the right people and you found the right environment or place of business or office, it would start growing. Because all of these people that are having more demands, or you know, my cousin or my uncle would like your services, or you know what I'm saying? And then when you can't do that, people start finding other businesses that can. So then the revenue can start going down, because that's interesting. Like, you take care or there'll be a loss of material wealth. I have to say, this is funny. This is like, feels like kind of the last. Maybe you had a relative that was like a Capricorn or something. I can see that. It's like, it's funny. I didn't expect to get this with Scorpio. But okay. So the Hermit is with obstacles to overcome. Period of frustration is alchemy, which is temperance. My goodness. That is really like being on your own here, doing something. Okay, and then the Shark, take care, there'll be with a Strength card. God, it's all major arcana. This is just like, you can't, oh my goodness, you can't fulfill something here. I don't know why. You're getting like some kind of a warning from this ancestor, right? If there's an obstacle in front of you, don't push against it. I will say that with the Hermit coming in. If there's a period of frustration and you need to, you know, it's a period of frustration, lessons learned, that's a great way also to describe like this alchemy, this temperance card, is working through whatever these frustrations are, because you can't push through something here maybe when the only thing you want to do is to push through it. And I feel like there's like there could be real serious consequences here with this shark and the strength card. Like it takes all your will not to push through it. And that is because like the financial consequences could be severe. But then a wish is granted. See what I'm saying? The one thing that you might want to do in some sort of obstacle that you're facing, I really feel like you're getting advice from a very learned, a very educated, sophisticated, like I'm really getting this energy. This is the energy of an ancestor that has mastered the 3-dimension, and not just mastered the 3-dimension, but mastered the social and economical structures of Earth and humanity. And they're coming in with a message for you here. So this wish, oh, the Ace of Coins. Oh shit. Wow, that's something. So if there's something financial that you're struggling with, and I don't know what it could be, where you feel like you want to push, right? You feel like you want to push, but you can't push. You can't do it. You have to wait, bide your time. And then when you do, your wish is granted. Your wish is granted, and there is a new beginning. What is this deep friendship with see, now the deep friendship with someone of the same sex, how is that? The 7 of Wands. Well, that's interesting. Oh, it's weird. So I don't know if this is somebody who may have like a sexual interest in you, and it's of the same sex and you don't swing that way, or you do of someone and they don't swing that way. I'm not sure. Deep friendship with someone of the same sex, but you're highly thought of. The 10 of Wands. What is this? I need to pull everything out here. Okay, and work achievement and success. The Tower. And hard work ahead with the table. The Knight of Coins. Okay, I gotta say, it feels like somebody lets you down. I don't think it's sexual. I think somebody lets you down, because we're still talking about work. Someone that you had a friendship with, the same sex as you, they let you down, or they're gonna let you down, okay? I think too, you have to understand too with guidance, like, I think most of you do, but there's the odd person that doesn't. And sometimes they get mad. They're like, what kind of guidance was that? Perspective. It's perspective. It's to see yourself from a different angle. Tarot is meant to tell you what you already know. It's to confirm it, right? And if you feel more confident about what you kind of already knew, you can make choices and decisions about your life and how you want to do these things. So, right, there's a lot of, there's not a lot. There's a few sheep that want everybody to take their hand and tell them what to do. But anyway, so that's this, because that's what this is. This is some sort of perspective for you as well. If it's something that that's about to unfold in front of you, this is to be aware of what could go on here, all right? Because there's someone here, okay, you achieve a goal. You achieve some sort of financial goal. That's going to happen. And it's going to happen at a time when you feel stuck, you feel frustrated, you're trying to really understand the reason behind why all this is happening, and you just know, you know, I cannot push against this because I could end up having a financial loss of some sort. So you have to play it cool, you have to be reserved, you have to be stoic, right? You got to do all that shit. And then when you do it, the universe comes through and you get something here. You get the financial reward, the raise, the house, the car, whatever that is. And then there is someone here that you have a friendship with. This person is like the same sex as you, or identifies the same. I'll put it as that. You have to be careful with this person. You have to guard yourself with this person. You are highly thought of. And the 10 of Wands, though. Somebody's, now this is weird because a bow, the bow, like the bow, and you see their head is turned, their back is turned. The bow. When I think of a bow, I think of like somebody's bow, like somebody, how would I use that in context? Like, he went to ask his favorite beau out for a date. That's really like old talk, I think, isn't it? Like that's how that feels. So, but with the 10 of Wands, this is, I don't know, you can't, it's bad. It's heavy. It's something that can't be done because of some friend around you. It's weird. And then work, achievement, success, you get the Tower. I want to honestly say, it feels like because it's an achievement, but to achieve something, you have to break it down in a way that you probably didn't expect to have to break it down. And then there is hard work ahead of you. Okay. Now I kind of like it though, because the energy that sat in front of you here, the energy that's initially sitting in front of you to succeed at something else, because you hit a success here, but then something else happens. This is hard. This is maybe deceit. This is maybe even someone wanting something that you want. Manipulation. I'm not sure how that's coming through, but it's not good, right? And then, well, if you're going to have success here, you need to break something down, and you do with the Tower. And I just feel like it's probably not the plan you had, but the energy is just, it's got to come down. It's got to come down. And now, though, what I like about this is the table's clear, right? The table is clear. You've got hard work ahead of you, but there's nothing standing in your way with the Knight of Pentacles. There's nothing in your way. And what I really like about it is look what she's carrying. She's carrying the coin that you initially got in some sort of wish here. So I do feel like, you're going to have to maybe do something drastic. It could have to do with work. If it's not your career, it's some kind of work that if you really want to succeed here, you've got to take a completely different approach, because there's some sort of energy around you that you've got to protect yourself from. So it's almost like you need to take some sort of action that disassociates you from that energy. And then the table is clear. There is going to be some work involved, but honestly, if that Tower didn't happen, it would feel like all the work that you put in is for naught. You wouldn't be getting anywhere, which is interesting because you weren't getting anywhere at some point here. But then the universe comes in and gives you something. Use that. Whatever the universe gives you, you use that to break something down. And now you can take that and really build. So if it's hard work, you're being rewarded for it. You're seeing an outcome. The Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands. This could be the energy that you're competing with down the road a little bit here. But it's short-lived, as opposed to yours. This is the long haul, honey. I'm gonna ask that. Why now? Like, why are you getting this message now? That's part of the reading. I'm so thirsty. I think my lunch made me thirsty. And it made my tummy abnormally puffier. Because it didn't bother me in the Libra. Anyways, I'm getting old. I kind of finding that I hit 50 and everything's falling apart. It's like falling apart and falling out. Everything's falling apart and falling out. Like an expiry date that I didn't know I had. Fuck, if I'd only known. All the things I would have done. Okay, why? Why this message now for Scorpio? The King of Cups, under that is the Two of Cups. The Five of Coins, under that is the Ten of Coins. The Four of Swords, under that is the Ace of Swords. This is very interesting. And you have the Three of Swords at the bottom. I'm not sure why that's there, but, you know, who doesn't? So, the King of Cups and the Two of Cups, the Five of Coins. There is something under the surface here that's fucking magical. That's why. How do I describe this energy? This energy, okay. This energy is like you're going, okay, I don't know. Do you guys do this? Maybe not. A lot of you in the US, we have something here called Crown Land, which is like government owned land, which really is sort of like through the crown. And every once in a while, like a lot of the Crown Land is just like wild. It's just like wild, especially in like more less populated areas of Canada, which is pretty much all Canada. It's like 90% of everybody lives like near the US border. But everything past that, there's a lot of Crown Land. So I don't know how much they do it anymore, but they used to do like where they would like auction off or sell off Crown Land. And actually my stepdad, that's how we originally bought like the cottage that he had that turned into his house. And he talked about that auction, and he knew the property that he wanted. Like you can go ahead of time and you could look and you could see all the different lots that they had, right? And the prices were usually pretty good. I think, well, I guess, yeah, in the 1960s, he paid $2,500 for like almost an acre of land on a river. So it's like, yeah, wow. So here's the thing, like I'm picturing something like that with the energy. I've told you what the cards are, so just listen to the story because this is what this is. Okay. So this is you see the article in the newspaper about, oh, they're going to have an auction. They've plotted out lots on this Crown Land. It's on a lake that's never been developed. Let's just say they're going to develop it nicely. Like there's a lot of laws that you have to follow so they don't destroy the wildlife and everything. It's nice. So you can build a little house there, a little cabin, whatever it is. It's like, oh, I'm going to go. And you look at it, you're like, oh, this paper's old. This is like a week ago. Oh my God, the auction was yesterday. And then, but then in the small print, you see something that says, anything not auctioned off is still available for sale. There you go. Oh, I'm gonna go. Like you go there, sold. Like everything is sold. And then you get to this little lot at the end, and it's not sold, and it looks like shit. It's got like all these big rocks. It's got like, oh, that doesn't look like much. Because I'm telling you, this is with everything that sits underneath the energy that is obvious to you, okay? What's obvious to you is shit. That's a shit lot. I missed out. There's nothing good here. And the person says, well, hey, look, just go around the big rock. You see that? Look at that view. That's pretty nice. Yeah. Well, how much is this lot? Well, nobody else seems to want it, so we'll give it to you for like half price. All right. because that's all I have anyways. So you could buy this lot for half price. It does have a good view if you kind of move around the rock. So here's the thing. What you don't realize is underneath the ground there was some sort of treasure. I would just describe it. You're like, what, Cindy? What? And I'm like, I don't know. It's a treasure. So it's just like a treasure or something. And this treasure, okay, I'm going to say, when you find it and you dig it up and you get it appraised, you could buy all the lots. All right. That's what I'm saying here. You could buy all the lots. It's not, the story doesn't really, I don't know, I could probably make a story out of it. It's not so much now about, well, how do you dig that? You don't know. You're just going to find it. Okay. The treasure comes to you. You now own the treasure. That's the thing. Somehow you already have the treasure, but you have it in a way that it looks like a piece of shit. It doesn't look like much. It looks like the last thing anybody wanted. But yeah, you have the treasure. And then you once you get it and you spend enough time there, somehow the value becomes exposed. And I'm not saying to you, like, if you're living in a tent and you're living like underneath a bridge and you're watching my video at a coffee shop over the shoulder of somebody else because you don't have the money for, your own device and that. That's not to say where you are in the tent is good. It's to say you're being led somewhere, okay? And in where you're being led, it's a period of time where it doesn't feel like you have much. You don't have much here except the wealth of yourself, the deepness of your soul. You may even, I don't know, money could even be tight. You may not even feel like you're part of a community or have a home. And like, it's even like he looks vagrant. Like the way he's got the blanket wrapped around him. And it is just like keeping yourself warm and healing yourself and resting. And underneath all of that, right? Underneath the King of Cups, the thing, you can't see all the depth, all that emotion is not seen, right? But what's underneath it? The 2. The 5 of Coins. This is the most impoverished card in the tarot. What sits under it? The 10. The 10 of Pentacles. The 4 of Swords. Now, what's really interesting specifically with this is, right, like he's got the four swords. He's got 3 behind him and 1 in front. So the only thing that really is left here is to understand some sort of clarity. It's to receive the clarity, and maybe it is. Maybe you come around. Maybe that's how this story goes. You're like, what is this old thing sticking out of the rock? And you start to like pull it. I think it's an old knife or something. And you pull it out and it cracks the rock. And it moves this mound of rock and dirt. And then you see the treasure. You see something you know. Where your mind is quiet and still, there is knowledge. Where there is lack, there is wealth. Where there is hidden depth, there is actually, I feel like, the access to the universe. That's why now. So isn't that interesting? That's why now. You need to know that now. So that's what you need to know. That's your guidance. Your guidance is really to take in what I've just said, think about it, process it. And in some ways, I just feel like just to know that you have the most valuable possession already. It's already yours. However that plays out, like if there's a certain thing that you're supposed to achieve, a certain person you're supposed to meet, a certain course that you're supposed to take in life, you're on the path. All right. It's already yours. That's the most interesting message. And that is coming to you from, right, this energy that has mastered that. I love that. So I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, I'm going to see what guidance this ancestral energy has for you even further into the future. Well, even further. I mean, this is sort of like present, like right now. So into the future. Thank you so much, Scorpio. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.